Hello, and welcome to Steel Division 2. Today we've got the semi-finals of Division 2 in the Steel Division League here, Season 8. Farid Rommel versus Yamin. Yamin did very well in the group stages, going directly to the semi-finals, but Farid Rommel, a very scary player himself, in my opinion. The one I was actually most afraid of coming into this, but didn't get the chance to face him. But quite interesting starts here from both players. Lots of Stost up in the north there. So let's go through it. The DFL, of course, having these nasty partisans. They're moved up right to the front. Yamin very much taking his deployment seriously. But FFI partisans, 57mm chalks. That's a 50 cal. The M-Trampe with the bazooka and the two brands. Another BIMP. M8 and an M3 howitzer. In the center here, two M8s, another partisan, another three partisans. Chalks, Ateliers DCA. These are the cheap artilleries, so nice to see them running in the half-track. They're 30 points with the half-track, and then you got a 50 cal and a relatively decent squad as well. M4, and then in the north here, three more partisans, two more BIMPs, Command Sapua, 12.7mm, and dual chalks. Interesting not to see the Command Legionnaire, but commander's a commander, I suppose. For Farid here, we've got dual Panzer Grenadiers, as that's MG, Sturmhaubitze, Tiger, and a Marder 1. In the center here, we've got lots of Stoßtrupp. 5 Stoßtrupp in total. Kosaken, Granatenwerfer, Reitjäger, a couple of them, T-34, and Panzergrenadier. More Stoßtrupp, war pack, 184 here. Another Kosaken, Granatenwerfer, VK-3009. Recon start. Farid Rommel was very much a fan of the recon start, as I will change my controls here just for your pleasure. Sorry about the timeline there. Come on. But, yeah. So he'll know exactly what's coming. There doesn't actually look to be a lot of coming here. It's kind of a gamble to directly take this, but a lot of the time, the player that's on this side, if they do manage to contest this area, because they don't want to lose their flag here, if they do manage to contest this area, they can then immediately, almost like minute 1 or minute 2, rush infantry into here, right? Because even if you've got like an AT gun or something up here, it's very unlikely that it's going to be able to acquire and kill a half-track or even a vehicle before you can unload it, and then just kill the AT gun and march on forward. Ooh, partisans though. Ooh, they might get the SMG, but unloads just in time there. And multiple Panzergrenadiers getting the better of that. Up north though, definitely hoping that this goes down as... Ooh, it looks like the partisans got something there, forcing a lot of these Stoßtrupp to unload. From the 5 or so Stoßtrupp, there's only 2 left. Wow. Well, I am not happy I missed that. Really showing the rushing power of DFL there. But GMC going down. Not sure if they've been already unloaded or not. Definitely a lot of vehicles over here, though. M8 does go down. Ooh, and there's stuff going down here as well, as the M5 howitzer starts firing. FFI partisans coming in here. A little bit too slow to quite control this engagement, but the two Stoßtrupp... Oh, I see what's happening here. Some of the Stoßtrupp was for here, some of it was for here. Okay, that would make more sense. Tiger now. And the Sturmhaubitze are going to finish off that M5 howitzer. No problem there. Panzergrenadier is going to... Actually, the 12.7 here is under a lot of trouble just because that Sturmhaubitze there. And as it says right now, there's no real AT to deal with this M5 half-track, so that flag is going to go firmly in the hands of Yamin. I would give the benefit to DFL in this kind of a matchup, just because DFL is such a disgusting division, but you can see the micro of both players here is very, very strong, and the idea with the MP44 is too excellent in towns with 300 meters engagement. Really, if you get caught out by an MP44, your units melt. There's no chance. This BIMP here, we can see, got caught moving by the Reitjäger and just was absolutely plastered there. 50 cal firing at the airplane. I always find it kind of funny that they can do that. T-34 looks like it's trying for the M8. Ooh, does get it. Good kill there, but gotta watch out for the Sherman now. So we'll be forced to fall back. Another T-34 coming in though, and a Stug as well. A Stug should be able to deal with the T-34. The Kosaken Granatenwerfer actually... it looks like it's trying for the artillery's DCA right now. But this half-track can just come and pin down these Panzer Grenadiers. And these really have to fall back. Granatenwerfer is gonna... Ooh, might pin down the artillerists. No, just barely doesn't pin them down as the Stossel placed a Molotov on the partisans there. Ooh, ME410. This unit is still falling back, so in weird locations, but after it gets surrendered or killed by the T-34 before it can do much of that. The Granatenwerfer also firing where the artillerists are going to be, and we see infantry brought in to come on up onto this hill. Like I said, 57mm though is first shooting at the Martyr, and not really what you want to see. The Martyr is the one unit that you really don't want a 57mm shooting at, though. I say that at this kind of a range, the Tiger is also does well to be scared of that, and the Sturmhaubitze, of course, would just need one shot to kill it. So, artillery is firing back, just the partisans and the trucks here on the hill. Trucks providing a decent amount of recon onto these units. 60mm mortar killing off the little one there. Ooh, trucks in the open versus right. You gotta drop 2 models before it can even get in the hill. The Granatenwerfer does go down, but the trucks are left on 1 health. And now we're going to be forced back. Commence support in the church. Interesting there, because you do get recon just from having a unit in the church here. So likely half of this is seen from Yamin's perspective here. Maybe not quite, as it isn't a dedicated recon unit, but definitely an important thing there. You'll be able to see any tanks in the town, really. Rock taking forever to get up. T-34 is going to get on this M8. And these are the T-34s with the 90mm, but looks like, yeah, slowly creeping forward. M8 immediately coming back. And the M4 actually going to run straight into this off-map. This is just 105mm off-map zone, so the M4 is not really at any risk of going down. But definitely something to be concerned about. Right, Iga. Get mortared again. Gotta be careful. These 60mm mortars are deadly, though. I believe DFL also gets radio mortars, which, as long as you got like a Kabenzpur in the church, right? Which, yeah, we've seen the rifles being deactivated here. You'll have radio over this entire town, so a couple of radio mortars back here and here would do a lot better than the 60mm mortar. I suppose if you're just pitting things down, though, works fine. As the off-map does come down, everything's forced to retreat here. T-34 moving up. Husserok not really in position to take anything, but this Husserok has taken this flag, and this Panzergrenadier is moving up on here as well. M4, though, has a good view on that Husserok. Going to be forced to fall back there. As long as this T-34 doesn't take advantage. But got to be careful here. There are 2 BM Trumps here. Both of these have bazookas, so as soon as one of these recovers and gets back on the hill, very dangerous. From the looks of it, cancelled off map again. Just worried about units flooding back in here, and I'm pretty sure that T-34 is still within the danger zone. Bazooka's having the 200 meters range, I want to say. Up in the north, though, lots more units in the town. Artilleries getting involved versus Stoßtruppe, and the BMP now sees them and can shoot them off too, and 2-star there. A threat to be reckoned with, definitely with the 2 Thompsons. Not particularly powerful itself, but it does still do quite a lot of damage. Husserok, also not a bad unit. That half-track looks like it's gonna squeeze on by. If the Husserok jumps into this house, it might be able to kill it. But these MP44 is just tearing apart the blimp there. Yeah. Second off-map has been deployed. Sturmhaubitze 42 is going to take these chalks on so these Jägerpioneers can come up, but looks like they're readjusting their position as the chalks over here now get some fire on the Husserok. Granatenwerfer is going to go after that, though. M3 Carbine's firing. That's really the damage dealer there. The FM not being particularly great. M4 is falling back, but none of these Panzergrenadiers actually have any AT, and the T-34 also went down there. Artillery mortar firing. P-47 actually came in to try and kill it, but didn't manage to. Husserok getting pinned down. And the dispersion on this artillery mortar is now just a little bit too much. Artillery versus the Pak-47. Doesn't look like their M1 carbines could get in range, and that's really the power of the artillerists, is that 300 meter just semi-automatic rifle almost. As another off map comes in, forces the bimps off again. Not a lot of damage on them, but sometimes that's all you need to really get them on target. The Jaeger Pioneers are pinned down though, so we'll be able to see Legionnaires come on and attack them quite effectively, I will say. Panzergrenadier's got to get the 57mm, and he's not careful. It's got to get this other 57mm too. That 50 cal nowhere near in position to take care of that. Chuck's going to have to come up for it. 57mm running away, and M4 also moving to intercept. Jaeger Pioneer still suppressed here. Single Panzergrenadier. Another off map coming in, but I'm not sure that these units will still be there when that off map finally does come. Multiple 50 cals pinning all these units down. These Legionnaires are just going to march forward. Artillery duel here. A little bit of micro needed. That is a damaged half track from that bombing strike earlier. So Farid is going to need to get some air, anti-air in. And for all the strengths that Gruppe Harteneck has, like, it's a very strong division in my opinion. Often overlooked. One of the things it does not have is good anti-air. So we see, I think, single Flak 38 coming in, and likely he's only got this card of Flak 38s in the 20 mils. And the 20 mils are relatively good there. You can also use them as like a VK9 with dual purpose capabilities. But as long as these mortars are sitting here, whatever it unloads, it's gonna have to be constantly microed. As another Sturmhaubitze on the hill here does manage to get some covering fire into town. The AT gun did go down to the Panzergrenadier before looks like the Chops dropped a Molotov there and killed the Panzergrenadier. Briefly get on target though here. Not what you want to see is another Granatenwerfer is going to be able to get on target onto these Legionnaires and hopefully dig them out for Farid there. Hussar coming in. Still no armor support. Minus Tiger, and really, as long as these devices just stay off the lisp of the hill here, they're not really at risk of anything. The Tiger is preventing, of course, any sort of further advance, but even like down here, this M8 could very sneakily come forward and pop that 81mm mortar. P-47 having fired on the Sturmhaubitze here. Looks like they didn't get the kill for now. Right, Jaeger, still in position here to take on that excellent 300mm range. And actually, if the Sepuas were firing, that'd be one dead commander. Mortars again. Going for the 250-1 and then relocating. Just got the orders queued up there. There's 2 Commandos d'Afrique. Also come in. These also have bazookas. So the Bimps having died earlier. Now using these as bazooka infantry. Oop. Doesn't see the mortar. Bounces on the Tiger. M4 did take a penetration, likely from the Stug. M5 howitzer is in range, and that does have a nasty heat shell, and a lot of them, so theoretically, if it has enough stealth, I can just keep firing the T-34. Those are going to fall back, though. 81mm mortar still going to do good work. 2 Jaeger Pioneers are coming in to reinforce it, and a 7-1 as well, now that we're in B phase. So the mortar's going directly for counter battery rather than to try and survive the barrage, but quite honestly, 60mm mortars are good at pinning things down. They're not so good at killing armored targets. Legionnaires versus Jaeger and everything. Yeah, going to be falling back there. Got feel it dies to the Legionnaires. Bit out of position there. And not on return fire. Jaeger Pioneer coming up north here. This Jaeger Pioneer in yellow cover, so the Legionnaires definitely have the advantage there. Does manage to get the TNT off, but immediately goes down. M4 also gonna pin down that other Jaeger Pioneer. Gotta get out of there relatively quick. And now the Legionnaires are firing at the Jaeger Pioneer here. Sturmhaubitze though. Almost on target on that Legionnaires for a second. Here comes the light armor though. Counter the M8 and a Stug to counter the M4. You have to be a little bit careful with the Stug. It is a little bit cost inefficient as the mortar half track actually goes down. Wow, looks like a lucky 60mm mortar shot took that out just as he's run out of ammo here. Another good thing about these 60mm mortar compared to the 81mm mortars, I do suppose, is the just absolute amount of ammo that they do contain. T-34 versus M4. It is a 90 gun versus 90 armor and 100 gun versus 100 armor, so pretty even matchup. But actually this Sherman was showing side armor. That would have gone down if it wasn't careful there. Two Panzer III's coming in as well. Tiger still got the center area locked down. Jaeger Pioneer dancing around this M4. As the ME410 is left unmolested for the time being. Bover's coming in though. Right, Jaeger as well. Kind of get the better of the Commandos d'Afrique there. Let's just leave one bazooka and one M4. This M4 though, relatively deadly. There's only a T-34 here to kind of deal with it if it does try and come forward. But T-34s are fairly blind. I find them often having problems with seeing their targets first. Electing to move the T-34 back. 2 versus 1. Good idea there. Elsewhere coming forward. Skirmishes going to make his way up with the T-34. And if this T-34 gets along the side here, Yamin's going to be forced to bring something in to deal with it, as it's just going to have free range on all those reinforcements road. A very underutilized area down here, in my opinion, where like all you need is a little bit of infantry and you can sneak an AT gun down here and just cut off this reinforcement road. It is relatively easy to counter though, just bring in a bomber. It's usually out of line of sight of your AA unless you've got 88 set up here. So you don't see it happening too often. More Legionnaires coming in. These coming in with the free 2-star veterancy are an absolute pain to deal with, I'll say that. Canadians firing at the Legionnaires. That's a bit better of an engagement, but yeah, not surprising that the right Jaeger went down there. Sturmhaubitze firing. Gonna kill that 105. Stuck's coming forward, but now there's a bimp still here. As we see Mackie Zaws. Oop, with the Molotov. And then the TNT combo. That's one dead. Jaeger Pioneer. Immediately gonna fall back instead of taking the hit. A good idea for certain. 2 more of these Kosaken Granatenwerfers. I would expect to see more infantry at some point. Right, you really do need infantry to take this hill. Because as long as there's bimps here, it's gonna be quite the problem. As that BK is gonna drive straight into his line of sight and get bazooka. Kaboom. Single Hazarak is there. But you really don't want to be moving forward in that regard. Dual Panzer 3Ns, excellent HE. Getting good shots on these. 7-1, firing at the P-47 again, gonna force that away. Sturmhaubitze did move behind the hill, just so it can't be directly spotted by anything over here. Another Kosaken Granatenwerfer trying to deal some damage here. The M4 did relocate. Friends of 3 coming in. 2 more Martyrs. 12-12 for now. Fairly even game so far. The center flag going in the favor of Farid Rommel. Stuck has moved up. Bimp is not pinned down. Tiger also came up here to try and help, and that's really a sneaky move there. Tiger's got more armor than the Stug. You just tank with the Tiger. Though saying that at that kind of a close range, it's unlikely really that you're going to get. There is a chance to penetrate a Tiger at that kind of a distance. That's 125 armor. 60mm mortar trying to kill the Panzer T-34, or the T-34 there. Panzer T-34. I mean, I actually see the partisans here take out the Granatenwerfer. That'd also be kind of funny. 50mm mortar doing good work. Putting down these units. But yeah, I might be able to jump forward now and take these out. I don't know if he knows exactly what's in there. Go 4. Ooh, goes down to the 57mm over here. Can't be seen by the Sturmhaubitze yet either. And now there's an M4 moving forward. Oh, Stuck should see it. And does acquire, but this one's just fast moving, so it's going to be a little bit inaccurate for just a second here. And goes down immediately, having already taken damage from something. Oops, Sturmhaubitze also taking damage though. Mortar firing. A lot of use of these 50mm mortars. And, yeah, an AT gun back here just to cover off this hill. And the flanks would be much needed. 10 to 14 for now. Really, Yamin needs a direct push through in the town here. That's the 2 mortars. Get on target onto that M4. Ooh, missing again. Goes down. Now there's just 2 M10s. These M10s don't have APCR, so no APCR to maneuver there, as Commandant also comes in. Not really needed with Legionnaires, but certainly helps the tank engagements. Martyrs, though, very fast rate of fire. We see here, these Martyrs do good work against the M4 here. And I like they're going to get this M10 too, if it shows its face. Having taken the hill, 10 to 14. Single flag in the town, or pushing onto this here would do it. And, well, Legionnaires are a scary target, but this division does get right Jaegers with the MP40s, which are relatively cheap and have a lot of damage output, right? 3 howitzer getting the kill on the 3 end there. MP44 right Jaeger, they're not as good in the green cover. Sturmhaubitz going down. Commander Staff Fleet, though, could have killed that. It's hadn't been pinned down by its own troops. Right Jaeger with MP44 is going to open up on this Legionnaire. Ooh, big bombs coming in. And they're all going to get forced back. Marauder. Just have to be a little bit careful. Lots of bombs coming in here, though. The Tiger does die. And now just pushing forward. Just have to be a little bit careful. Commander Zaflik is going to make it in this cover. But, ooh, the Stug is trying to fire at this M10 here and is stuck on the hill. Unfortunate. Commander Zaflik do unload. Stug's got to be even doubly more careful. Just a little bit more to bazooka that. Grenführer and these Hussarks are going to recover any minute now. Chuck's moving forward. M3 Howards are moving forward. Just trying to get a control on these flags again. As you see, nothing else happening in the town here. These units really need to capture this flag for Yamin and then clear out the rest of the town here to capture this flag as well, just to equalize. Once equalized, though, I would almost give the upside to Yamin here. So long as he can control the southern engagement. 57mm, very deadly against Martyrs with their lower health. Gotta be taking out one of them. Let's just use one, which isn't too hard to counter with tanks. More Mechizards coming in. Well, they are cheap, I suppose, but 4 Hussar Shocks here. Wow. It's 12 MGs on target there. Those Legionnaires do not stand a chance. And you gotta bring a bomber for that. And we just saw the bombers come out, so we're not gonna be seeing those anytime soon. M3 Howitzer goes down and they're still Sturmhaubitze. Tiger's still doing good work. This fight actually going back in the hand of Rommel here as we enter into phase C. Yeah, of this Maverick versus Maverick game. So everyone knows what I do in Maverick versus Maverick. As we do still have a little bit of time left on the clock to go. But yeah, is getting pinned down here. Good as Shocks finishing off that down there. And now they're going to be firing at the Beauforts, which is not what you want to see. M3 Howitzer coming in. Probably going to load itself at the edge of this town, try and stop all this infantry. But a single tank would kind of counter that. Tiger or something up here. Another Flak 38 coming in, though. Kind of trying to be preventing further bombers from coming in, and they choose to go for the middle instead. Where the Flak 38s, they are still alive, and the Gunadilla versus the Legionnaires here. Very much going to go down there. This Gunadilla, also very low on health. Rommel doing a very good job to keep this infantry alive against these very powerful troops. With this flag, though, there's no bimp or anything around out here, so Panzer IIIN can basically just walk up to it. With mostly impunity. You can stump TNT onto it, really. Which might be what happens here in the end. But yeah, mortar half-track now going for the M10. This is a good target. Don't think there's any command out there, so fairly inaccurate. Ooh, he was sniped by the 57mm once again. Jaeger Pioneers coming up. Gotta be careful not to be sniped by that 57mm for the time being. The mortar half track is relatively safe from it outside of that 50-meter range. Goes down. Forces all these to unload though. But Shadow Shock's going to be forced to fall back as well. And now the 7-1 and the 20 millimeters are over here. Bringing in 2 gun fuels. Bit of a misplay there. Still 13 to 11 though. A commanding effort in this town. This flag goes back to Yamin's hold. Support's coming in as well. Ooh. That's one bazooka shot. Can't reload. It will be able to reload. Not committing to the fight there. Second bazooka shot. 3N goes down. And now the VK is going to have to be forced to fall back. Legionnaire is going to hold that area very well. Macizard's coming in. Looks like Yamin wants to create some kind of attempt to push back onto this hill, but I'm not sure if Macizards are really the infantry to do it. Shoshak with the straight pull rifle. They've got just a ton of DPS. They're also very chunky squats, and there's a lot of them up here. Right? One over here, one over here. Just anything in that area can be very dangerous. Oh, man. No focus fire on the AA, so not going to be killed. Is this Marauder, maybe? Yeah, no. Gotta get away. In plenty time. Jaeger Pioneers, though, do get up on this hill. That 50 cal is going to be forced to fall back some of the Legionnaires. Regular Hussar here. Gonna be firing at the Macizards and the Panzer 3N on the flank. Ooh, as one goes down to the AT grenade, though. Macizards are going to force them to move. But, yeah, I'm not a fan of Macizards, quite honestly. Their machine gun just doesn't do enough damage. Oop, P-47 is going to be a little bit careful. The M3 howitzers here doing good work on these units, though, that are overlooking the hill, so might have to pull back there. And then if these infantry can't get into the close range, they do have Molotovs and the 3 Stens to help them out. Right, Jaeger, though. Do clean up the rest of the Legionnaires and the supporters that are here, likely just from yellow cover problems, right? Another supporters coming in. PK-39. This fight's going to go back in the hand of Farid and Rommel. It's 15-9 again. The push onto the hill hasn't quite materialized the way Yamin wants it to. There's, again, just an M10 here, so pretty much a lack of armor on Farid's side as well. 38T's coming in, however. Jaeger Pioneers, ooh, just outside of the green cover. Not really where you want to be in, but again, doing wonders to pin down the troops that are trying to make their way on the hill. M10 was firing at it. The 60mm mortars are going to get the better at these Jaeger Pioneers. As the Jaeger Pioneer here are going to finish off the Legionnaire, but taking a grenade to the face in return. Mortar half track counter-battering the 60mm mortars. VK-28 goes down here. Push onto the center flag, having worked completely in the favor of Yamin. And definitely he should be pressing his advantage, really, in the town, getting into this building. If there was some kind of recon here, I'm willing to bet he'd be able to see this a lot easier. Martyr moving back, though. Farid Rommel knows exactly what's up. 50 cal. Stug is firing at it, so might not pin down the Jaeger Pioneer in time. And there's just Sapurs here. Double teaming. They might be able to take that out. No problem. 38T does get on here. No bazookas up here to counter. Yeah, definitely an interesting showing here from DFL. Oop, 57mm though. Has snuck its way up here. They're going to be taking penetrating shots. And goes down. Right, yeah, gonna make its way into the yellow cover there. Where it would excel against something like a Legionnaire. But Legionnaires do solve the veterancy buff there. As units flood in to try and deal with all this excellent infantry. Only one left down south here. And if that's taken, that is another flag down. The mortar is now focusing on the AA, which is really what they should have been doing from the start, which is why I would have preferred the radio mortars. They can kill things like these half-tracks a lot more efficiently. But really, DFL gets some absolutely excellent, what's it called? Artillery as well. I think they get like 155mm howitzers. And I would say those 155mm howitzers would almost be what you want to do for anti-air suppression, and then just air spam your enemy to death. Right? Yeah. M3 howitzers. How nasty. Marauder coming in alone, though. Let's go down. And now this P-47's got nothing to do but run away. More units coming in. Grenadiers with DPs. These are relatively cheap, so Good idea to have them in C phase, as Farid Rommel no doubt has them. I'm sure somebody will correct me if they're not in C phase. But just cheap units versus elite units here, and a lot of these elite units are relatively low in health. Supporters not really being frontline infantry when you're not in the yellow cover. The Occupants at 38T basically walking straight up to these troops. Supporters coming in for that. Supporters coming in the center here too. Still 14 to 10. Quite a few more flags are going to need to be taken back. 57mm is going to need to get on this Panzer 3 or something. Same with this one here. Maybe an M10 coming up. Or, well, no, because the Tigers covered this road. Yeah. AA went down here as well. P-47. Not that Harteneck has a lot of AT, but... Or AA. Or both. Or air. That's what I'm looking for. It is still good to have anti-air. Bringing in another Bofors here. 10 minutes ago for Yamin to equalize and then keep the advantage of some sort. Commander Zafri moving into right Jaeger territory, and this cross between this bridge here is really going to be the dangerous part as the Jaeger Pioneers actually open up with MG42s there. We're still pinning down on a lot of these troops here. The M10s still is up here, flag 11. Going to be pinning down these troops as well. M4 howitzer or M3 howitzer even getting involved there. That is another blob of hussars. Move there, we're forward, gonna be first to fall back there. And dice on the mortar. Up north, still no real movement on this top flag, or an attempt to push these out. And Yamin surrenders. So, 3,095 kills to 2,910. Good showing from Harteneck there. Good showing from Farid Rommel, really. Excellent mastery of that division. Yeah. Ooh, the partisans here. Getting a lot of kills in the beginning here. Or no, these partisans all died. Partisans, here, 1 kill. One still... Oh, okay, wow. I thought they did better than that. Apparently not. Yeah, well, they're getting killed a lot. 105 mil. Not really pinning anything down, but solid showing. Mortar did well. These SRs did well. Has a 3N. Doing its job here. And wow, the 2-star 30 mil here. Getting 2 kills with the help of the 7-1. Bomber also paying itself off, yeah. Impressive showing from both players. Well, I hope you enjoyed this game 1 of a best of 3 between Yamin and Farid Rommel in the semifinals of Division 8 in the Steel Division 2 League. I hope you join me for the next couple of games, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.